After 13 years at Leicester City, Jamie Vardy has announced his departure, and could he be coming to Glasgow? Welcome back to Fog Football. The rumours are there. To be honest, it looks more likely to be the MLS that he's going to move to. But why would you want to go to the MLS, right, when you can come up here and enjoy some great banter, you know what I mean?
Aye, some great football and clubs up here, some history, cement yourself as a legend. And who's to say that Jamie Vardy, with a couple of years in Scotland for either Rangers or Celtic, couldn't become a legend in that short amount of time? Now, obviously, you've got the links to Celtic. Brendan Rodgers used to manage Jamie Vardy. Brendan Rodgers, a former Premier League manager at multiple clubs. You feel like he's got the kind of pull that he could bring Vardy in, and of course the fact he's already worked with him in the past. However, also from a Rangers standpoint, if the Gerrard rumours are true, let's say Gerrard did come into Rangers, I feel like just that name value alone, the fact that Gerrard's English, the fact that he's another Premier League legend, I think that would also give people like Vardy a reason to go to Rangers, because you look back at the James Defoe, no, not James Defoe, that's that retarded guy into the. I don't know who I'm talking about.
William Defoe?
Aye, well, it looks a bit weird. Anyway, point. I meant Jermaine.
The actor?
Yes, him.
Right, we got there in the end.
Aye, Spider-Man, Green Goblin.
Aye, he's also in American Psycho.
Green Goblin fits at Celtic. Could be their mascot, the Green Goblin. Anyway, aye, back to Rangers here. Jermaine Defoe. I feel like a big reason he went to Rangers was because of Steven Gerrard. I think that Steven Gerrard pull certainly worked.
Yep.
If Steven Gerrard's not at Rangers, let's say Pedro Casinha's there, does he get Defoe in at Rangers?
I don't think so.
I'm not convinced. So, yeah, no, I think both of these clubs are a possibility.
Well, let's look at Rangers, right? Now, Danilo, Dessers, Igamani. Is Jamie Vardy needed at Rangers? You bet your fucking bottom dollar he's needed, right? Cyril Dessers is shite. No amount of gaslighting for you is going to make me pretend that Cyril Dessers is good enough, right? And that's not me defending Danilo, because Danilo's wank. But I just think there's more chance of actually being able to sell Dessers. Igamani, got to keep him.
Well, to sell something, they need to be fit, and Danilo's never fit.
So yeah, I think if you had three options going into next season of Vardy, Igamani, and Danilo, I would take that up front. And get rid of Dessers and hopefully make a couple of million there. I mean, it would literally be a couple of million. I mean, we got to bear in mind as well, Vardy is 38 years old. He won't be able to play. Well, I was supposed to say Thursday, Sunday. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll be Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, right? I don't think he'll be able to play like 50 games a season at 38, but he doesn't really need to play 50 games a season, because what I'd be hoping is Igamani would be able to learn a thing or two from him, as we've seen Jermaine Defoe be able to do when he was at Rangers. You know, you had the likes of Roof and Morelos as well in there, and that was great striking options. So it's an absolutely no-brainer here for me, for Rangers to bring in Jamie Vardy. I think it makes total sense. It would
I bet Oklahoma Thunder 2-9. Think that was a no-brainer.
No beat.
They're getting beat 65-40, so work
Work
that one out. Sometimes no-brainers actually are, pulled off by somebody with no brain.
But I think it's a no-brainer for Rangers. I mean, it's a free. He's old, he's good, and if this league is such a pub league, then he should walk it, shouldn't he?
Oh, absolutely, but we know it's not. Look, has he lost his pace? Yes, of course. He's not as fast as he used to be, but he's still a good finisher.
Yeah.
And Jamie Vardy would probably be the best finisher at Rangers.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
No, he would have to be.
No, he's better than Dessers, like we know that.
We know that for
Danilo, it's been about 10 years since I've seen him have a chance to actually score a goal, so can't really say much on him. And I think Igamani is the best out of the three, but again, he went off the boil for a bit and then just hasn't really been in the starting 11 and probably gets less opportunities than Dessers. I would have to imagine that if Vardy signed and that was your four strikers, he's the guy you'd want the ball to fall to.
Yes.
If you've got one chance in the last minute to win the game, Jamie Vardy's not a bad guy to get that opportunity.
Absolutely, but without selling anybody, I just don't see how Rangers bring in Vardy, to be honest. And again, American takeover for 49ers. Will they want a recognisable Premier League name leading the line? He could be that. Right, let's move on to Celtic then. Obviously, Celtic, they're a bit thin down the middle. You've got the likes of Dyson Maida, but I don't think going into next season Dyson Maida is going to be starting through the middle, so we can forget about him in terms of that. Adam Adair.
What makes you say that? You
I,
think he'll be going?
no, I don't think he'll be gone, but I think Celtic will be focusing on bringing strikers in. Hence why I think he'll be getting played more in his natural position of left wing. Right. Is Jamie Vardy better than Adam Adair right now?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
No. If Jamie Vardy comes in and replaces Adam Adair for like the first couple of games of the season, is Adam Adair looking for a way at the front door? Or will he be sneaking at the back door?
I think
Or
he's
is he
has.
staying because they're the only two strikers?
Yeah, I mean, probably would stay because there's only two strikers. But I mean, if Jamie Vardy comes in and Adair's behind him, and then you've also got the option of putting Maida through the middle, just doesn't look good that Celtic could sign, a guy coming towards the end of his career on a free, and he's going to come in and be ahead of the £9.5 million signing, who's got his future ahead of him. Logic that doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, it doesn't. And what you got to bear in mind
If
is
Celtic are signing Jamie Vardy on a free, and he's coming towards the end of his career, past his prime, you would expect that he is naturally going to be behind their £9.5 million signing. But I mean, the £9.5 million signing was a waste of money, so you factor that in.
yeah, I think it's honestly for either team it'd be a good move. I think with Rangers, right, there's not going to be any real negative thoughts, and that isn't me spinning it on a negative on Celtic. But I do believe if Celtic just brought in Jamie Vardy, there's going to be a lot of your penny pinching. We just made a video earlier on today about the whole season ticket debacle, and that's people will be like, "Oh, we pay good money. We've won the treble. We've won the league. We're going to get into the Champions League, and you're spending nothing up front. You're just bringing a guy that's passed it over the hill at 38. Can you see that argument being brought up?
Well, absolutely.
I mean, you look in January there. Celtic were linked with that guy. Can't remember his name. Remember him? Was he Swedish?
I think it was like
Like
14 million.
Garden or something. Yeah, he was like 13, 14 million. To go from a young promising player like that to a guy that's done. I mean, make no mistake about it. Like you might get a good year or two out of Fardy, but that is it. There's no sell on, there's no nothing, but that's what you're expecting. I mean, the wool's not getting pulled over anyone's eyes, man. Jamie Vardy's not going to be giving you a great, 10 years. I mean, that's just not going to happen. But saying that, put it this way, right? Jamie Vardy could play absolutely crucial to either side in the Champions League qualifiers, couldn't he?
100%. He could be a difference between you getting there or not getting there.
He could be the catalyst, and I think that's the no-brainer side of this transfer. But here, right now, it's kind of just smoke. We'll see where it goes. We'll report on it if anything does happen. But I mean, he started at nowhere, man. Non-league, got to Leicester. He's played Champions League before. He's won the league. He's won an FA Cup. He's made his money, man. Why go to the MLS? Come on up the road. Come to the blue side, not the green side. Would you take him at Hearts?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's a no-brainer. Of course I would. It's never going to happen, but of course I would.
You never know. He might be a jambo.
Yeah, do you know Neil Critchley used to be part of the setup with Gerard Beale and... Well, Gerard and Beale.
Where?
I don't know if it was at Rangers, but they worked together. I didn't know that.
Must have been a fella then.
I didn't know that, aye.
Maybe he'll return with Beale and Gerard. The Ibrox.
Maybe. I hope so, aye. Take him.
I hope not.
Fucking take him.
Free Stooges.
You can have him.
Free Fuds. Anyway, till next time. Peace.